Hi there, adventure seekers, and hello from noisy Mount Hood Village RV Park, Resort, whatever, Thousand Trails property. We're not here to talk about the campground, that's another video. We're here to talk about mishaps on the road once again. Now, we've had two mishaps since April. One of them was 100% my fault. The other one, well, we don't even know how it happened because we noticed it who knows how long after it happened. So the first one, well, first one is all about making sure you're watching your turns and you're not turning too tight. What do I mean by that? Well, you'll see right after the intro.
You make me understand this place in a whole different way. You make me wanna live this life to the fullest, to the fullest.
Well, we're in Idaho and we're about 30 minutes from the Harvest Host location we're staying at, and I just wanted to take some time to talk to you about the trail. I mean, I really feel betrayed right now, and I'll tell you why. You know, betrayal takes all forms, all kinds of, you know, all shapes and forms. But this betrayal honestly hurts the worst. I think it's the worst kind of betrayal. I betrayed myself. My eyes did. How did they do that? Well, we went to dump our tanks at a campground and my eyesight betrayed me. We have right here our first damage, body damage to the RV. It's all my fault, 100%. Shelly wasn't even there. She'd gone to get dinner. She just pulled up in the car, so I'm gonna tell her. We'll come back in just a second. Okay, I'm inside now. Showed it to Shelly. She wasn't happy. Tomorrow is the 2-year anniversary of us buying this RV too. We've got a little over 28,000 miles on it, so while I'm honestly pretty upset and disappointed in myself. These things happen. It's still going to be cheaper to fix than, you know, the roof on it, putting a new roof on a house, or, you know, storm damage, things like that. So it's okay. Let's go out and take a closer look. And when I say go out and take a closer look, I'm going to do that tomorrow, but you're going to see it right now. All right, let's get a closer look at this. As you can see, the concrete barricade I hit left a nice little scrape here and dented this end. Now when this first happened, I couldn't get the door open. I actually had to get a screwdriver, and you can see a little mark up here, to pry this down. Now I've been able to get it so I don't need the screwdriver anymore. It does stick a little, but I can still lock and close it, so just got it locked. I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna hit Talon with it. You can see here where it bowed in. And this lip right here was actually bent in as well, so I got that pulled out. Easy peasy. That's the damage. But it still closes and locks. Here's a gap here. I'm probably going to get it fixed. I think it's going to cost about right at $1,000 to replace the door and get it painted. Haven't got any estimates yet, but people have done the same thing. That's pretty much what they paid. So we'll get that taken care of down the road. Right now, not a priority. We have other issues to fix. Let's go fix them. So that was actually a couple of weeks ago we did that. After Tampa, we'll go get it checked out then, probably, because the biggest problem with the door right now is, since it's bent, it doesn't seal. So if we're in a place that's really, really cold, since that's the wet bay, it won't keep the heat in, because we do have heat that goes in there from our heating system. So that would potentially freeze those pipes. We don't want to be in weather like that, but we could be, so better safe than sorry. So what's problem number two? Problem number two is why I'm standing right here, and I'm gonna move the camera and hopefully you can see what problem number two is, because we're gonna look at problem number two and then we're gonna fix it, hopefully. Actually, we're gonna have a bonus problem. When I noticed problem number two, I noticed it when I was using the windshield wipers and washers driving down the road. And here's what happened. This was funny. I hit the washer and water just started squirting straight out. I could see water squirting straight out just like this. What was the problem? Well, it was simple. This little hose right here had come undone. There, it's undone now. Don't know how that happened, but it did. Easy fix. So let's take a look at what the real problem number two is. Well, it's hard to see from the glare, but there you go. It's right there. We got a rock chip. Don't know how it happened, but we're gonna fix it. So how are we gonna fix it? Well, I went to Napa after 2 or 3 other places I didn't have it, and got a windshield repair kit. And this is what I got. I think it was 10 or 15 bucks. The Permatex windshield repair kit. 22 simple steps to get this done. Now, we're gonna modify these steps along the way, and we're gonna talk about that as we get to them. But right now, let's get to work. We're gonna get working up here. It's always a good idea to read the instructions all the way through before you actually start working. It's something I rarely do, and I always regret later, but I highly recommend doing it. So the first step is to move your car to a shaded location. Allow the windshield to cool to a temperature between 55 and 75 degrees. Well, we're not moving this to a shaded area. We just had to wait until it got cool enough. I used my digital laser thermometer to check the temps. We are within that range, so it's time to get to work. So we need to locate the pit, which is, you know, where the star mark is left by the striking object. We're going to use the push pin that comes with this to clean out any loose debris from the pit. So let's do that. Just discovered we're actually missing 2 components from this kit, which was sealed, wasn't a reused kit or anything. And those 2 components are the push pin and a razor blade. Luckily I have a razor blade, and I don't have a push pin, but I have a sewing needle. So let's get to work. Just very gently, you don't want to make it so good. Next step is we're gonna use a dry paper towel or dry cloth, your choice, to wipe off any debris that's around it. And you want to be careful too, because it could have some glass shards sticking out, so don't rub your finger over it or anything like that. That could hurt. Now we're going to place the adhesive seal over the pit of the windshield. That's probably a better idea for the instructions. Here's the pad right here, and here's the cover. We've got the tube. We're going to be pointing it straight up. Let's do that. So as you see, this has a green side and a white side. White side goes against this, so we're going to peel this off first. Put that on there. Let me pull off the green. So here we go. We're going to put that on there. We want to make sure it's dead on in the center. There we go. Alright, so it's a little while later. Yeah, some nice folks just stopped by and say hello. So we always like the opportunity to sit and meet new people, so we did. And now let's get back to this. So we are ready to put the resin in. So we're going to be resinating. It's a little darker now, so it's going to be a little harder for me to read the directions. Okay, so we got to take the tip off of the resin and insert to the tip of the tube, which it barely fits. So now we're going to insert this into the tip of the tube here, just like that. And we're going to carefully dispense a small amount of resin into the pedestal by squeezing the sides of the resin tube, using no more than about 75% of the resin in the tube, which I have no idea how we're going to pull that off, because I can't feel like there's anything in there. So I think we're good. The tip from the pedestal will wipe off any excess resin remaining on the tip, and we're going to set this aside for later. Now we're going to take the injector, insert it into the mouth of the pedestal neck, and press to form a tightly sealed connection. So now we got that. We're going to apply a vacuum to the pedestal by pulling the plunger of the injector with one hand while holding the barrel of the injector with the other until the plunger's lower notch is outside the barrel. There's notches on this tube, and that's what we're pulling. And you take your hands off the injector and allow it to remain for at least 10 minutes. So we got 10 minutes as it's getting dark. Alright, it's getting darker and darker. It's been 10 minutes. Let's see what the next step is. Alright, so now we're going to push the plunger down to the second notch. That's going to push some air in there. So, and we're going to let the spring clip take care of that. So we're going to unclip. There we go. We're going to push it in, make sure we got air. And we got that. See you in 20 minutes. I think it'll be a lot darker. Okay, I know it's really dark. You probably can't see this, but here's the next step. We got to take the applicator off, and then we got to put it under UV light for 10 minutes. Here's the problem. It's dark. It's after 9 o'clock. But Shelly's helping out because she has a UV light to help dry her nails, and Talon's helping out because Talon donated one of her toys so we can put the UV light at the right height. So next step, remove the applicator. We're going to put one more drop of that resin in and cover that up and get going. Let's do this. Take out the applicator and slowly peel this away. Kind of hard to do. I'm going to close the hood. We'll talk about that more in just a second. Alright, so we got the thing off. We wiped off the excess resin. So now we're going to grab the resin tube, and there's a little square, and it could be yellow or clear. Ours is clear. So we're going to put one dot or one drop of this into the pit hole, and then we're going to put this over it, and we're going to use the razor blade to push out any air, and then we're going to wait 15 minutes with this with the UV light on it. So let's get on it. We're going to put this on, and I'll show you my UV light contraption. It's going to stay in place. Now we're done with the resin. I'm going to put the air pockets out, then we're going to set up the UV contraption, and we'll finish this thing up. So you can't see me at all. Here's my contraption. I got a pillow box, I got a sheep, and Shelly's UV light. 15 minutes. And this is going to be fun because the light only stays on for 60 seconds at a time. So you just have to keep turning it on every minute for 15 minutes. I'm gonna get it as close as I can. Obviously it's still closer than the sun is to it. And there we go. We got 15 minutes to wait. So here we are, putting UV light at 10 o'clock at night. Thank goodness for Shelly having this UV nail dryer thing. And thanks Talon for having the sheet, which puts it at the right angle. See ya in 15 minutes. Okay, so now it's 2 months later, and well, the repair's still holding. It wasn't perfect, and honestly with the sun shining here, I can't even see it, but you can, when the light's right, you can see there's still a little bit of the starburst, but I mean it's hard to tell. And it's a dirty windshield too. But I mean 2 months, a ton of miles. We did that at Mount Hood in Oregon, and since we've done a lot of traveling, we've gone, well, we're almost to Arizona right now, so we've traveled from Mount Hood to Spokane, Washington, and now down all the way down through Florida. And works great. Definitely a cheap, easy, quick fix, especially if you do it when it's daylight out, not when it's dark like we did. Pushing that button every minute was kind of a pain because you had to climb up on the ladder and push the button and all that good stuff. But we got it done, and it's working great. Hopefully this video will help you if you have a minor windshield repair problem, that you can fix it yourself. So we appreciate everybody who watched this video. If you'd like to help us help Christian-based veterans charities, please look in the description below to see the links on the way you can do that. If you become a YouTube or Patreon member, you're going to get exclusive access to bloopers, real-time updates, videos we don't publish on YouTube, all kinds of cool stuff. But most importantly, we ask for your prayers. Prayer is the most important. And all the money we do make off our social media links and everything, we don't keep a dime. It all goes 100% to a Christian-based veterans charities. So thank you guys so much for watching, and may your next journey be an epic adventure. Bye.